If you have $1.2 million saved for retirement, you're probably getting wildly different advice about how much you can actually spend. Some calculators say $48,000 a year, others say $44,000 a year. Your neighbor thinks you're rich, and your brother-in-law says it's not nearly enough. The truth is, many of these answers are missing the bigger picture entirely. So today we're covering 5 key factors that determine how much you can really spend with $1.2 million saved. By the end, you're going to understand the realistic range for your situation and have a good framework for making thoughtful spending decisions without constantly worrying about running out of money. Now, the first 3 factors are about the math and the numbers. But the last 2, those are about human psychology, and they honestly might be more important than all the calculations combined. If you're new here, my name is Patrick Shope, and I'm the founder of Shope & Associates, where we help people navigate these exact retirement spending decisions to help get rid of all that extra stress. Factor 1, the baseline calculation framework. You've heard about withdrawal rates. The traditional 4% rule suggests you could take about $48,000 in your first year from a $1.2 million portfolio. But recent research from Morningstar shows a more conservative 3.9% starting rate, which would be about $44,400 from your portfolio. But these are just starting points. What matters more is understanding what this actually feels like in monthly terms. We're talking about $3,700 to maybe $4,000 per month from your portfolio alone. That might sound modest, but remember, this is just from your savings. Factor 2, the income layer effect. Here's what changes everything. Social Security. According to the Social Security Administration, the average benefit is about $2,008 per month in 2025. But many people with $1.2 million saved have earned above average incomes throughout their careers. So their benefits are often significantly higher than that. Imagine Sarah. Let's say she's 65 with about $1.2 million saved and expecting $2,800 monthly from Social Security. If she takes $3,500 a month from her portfolio, that's a conservative 3.5% rate, by the way. Her total monthly income becomes $6,300. That's over $75,000 annually. Now, we're talking about a completely different lifestyle than what many people would envision when they think about $44,000 portfolio withdrawal. The key insight here is that your portfolio withdrawal need can be about 40 to 60% less than your total spending need because Social Security covers such a significant portion for many people. Factor 3. Here's what actually happens. Let's say we have a couple retiring at age 62, spending $85,000 a year, cruises, grandkids, building projects, just living it up. 10 years later, they're spending $70,000. By 80, it's down to $55,000. Not because they have to, they just want different things. Research from RAND confirms this. Spending naturally declines about 1.7% to 2.4% per year after age 65 for both single and married households. Factor 4. The flexibility advantage. Your retirement spending isn't like a mortgage payment that stays fixed every month. When you're drawing from a portfolio, you can actually adjust based on how your investments perform and what life throws at you. In good market years, you might take an extra vacation, or you might help a grandchild with college expenses. In down years, you might delay that kitchen renovation or maybe choose a domestic vacation instead of international travel. Some retirees successfully use what we call the guardrails approach. If your portfolio grows significantly, you can increase spending. If it drops below a certain threshold, you temporarily reduce spending. This is a dynamic approach that often allows for higher overall lifetime spending than just that rigid percentage rule. Now, this might surprise you about psychology behind spending in retirement. Factor 5, the psychology piece. I see this all the time. People who've successfully saved $1.2 million and then suddenly become terrified to spend any of it. They've spent decades in accumulation mode. I get it. And switching to spending mode feels so fundamentally wrong. Let me address the elephant in the room. What if I live to age 100? According to Social Security Administration data, A 65-year-old today has about a 13% chance of living to age 100. If you're taking a conservative approach to portfolio withdrawals while receiving fairly substantial Social Security benefits, you're building in significant safety margins. The bigger question is, what if you live to age 85, having never truly enjoyed the money you worked so hard to save? Remember, you save this money to spend it. But here's what many people don't realize about the math. Let's put this together with a realistic example. Let's just take a couple, both 66, with $1.2 million saved, and combine Social Security of maybe roughly $5,000 a month. If they withdraw $3,500 monthly from their portfolio, that's about 3.5% annually. Their total monthly income is then $8,500, or over $100,000 per year. That's pretty substantial. They can afford a comfortable home, they can do regular travel, dine out, hobbies, even some generosity towards family members. And because spending typically declines with age, they're building in a natural cushion for their later years. The bottom line is this: $1.2 million paired with Social Security puts you in a strong position. You're not in survival mode, you're in optimization mode. The question isn't whether your money will last, it's how you'll get the most life out of your money. A realistic spending range for someone in this situation falls somewhere between $75,000 and $110,000 annually, depending on Social Security benefits and the comfort level they have with market fluctuations. That's a far cry from the bare bones retirement many people with your level of savings convince themselves they need to live. If you want to get more specific about your personal situation, you might want to consider working with a financial advisor who can run projections based on your exact Social Security benefits, your timeline, your risk tolerance. And if you want to see where you stand really quick, we've got a free planning tool in the description. It takes a few numbers from you, and it gives you a general idea of your picture. So to wrap this up, every situation is unique, but the framework we've covered today gives you a solid foundation for those conversations. The goal isn't just to make your money last. It's to create the retirement you actually save for. Again, this is Patrick Shope. I'll see you in the next one.